Alright, ladies and gentlemen, different video for today. So, I got the hood off my lawnmower, not a big job. But, you guys might be asking, what's this big silver tube sticking out? Well, I am currently working on a new exhaust. So if we come down here, you could see that exhaust comes through that, up in that exhaust pipe. And then, down, and then I got some copper wire as a hanger down throughout my deck, which I might take this deck off, I don't know. And then I'm using that little piece of metal right there as my bend, and then I have another copper hanger through that hole, holding that over. And then at the end, I'm gonna cut some of this off, and then I'm gonna have a tractor flap at the end of this pipe. Hopefully that will work. I got it coming soon. And then on the other side, I'm gonna do the same thing with this too. I gotta bend it in down and around. So I'll show you guys how I did that. All right, so what you're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how I got this pipe into that exhaust over there. So what I did is I'm gonna take this pipe and then put like a little kink in it. You kind of want to bend it over, put a kink in it. This isn't the best way to do it. Ow. But something like that. So, if you take a look over here, this side does not have the same metal piece that the other side does. So this side is going to be a little different. I'm going to have to make a few more hangers. And then do some other stuff for this thing. I'll be back with it. I'm gonna put that pipe in the exhaust. Keep sliding it through, which is gonna take a few minutes. And then I'll go from there. As you can tell, it's making some bubbling sounds every once in a while. So I will change this up. I mean, it's blowing out exhaust, but also a problem is when you try to rev it. Well, usually when you try to rev it, it tries to die. So I don't know what's going on. It could be just because, you know, can't get enough exhaust out, but I'm gonna hang this up officially, and then before I cut it, I'm gonna wait for the tractor flaps to make sure they actually work. If nothing else, I'll shoot the exhaust out the back, which I do have enough of it, so I'm not going to cut it yet. But I'm going to mount the other side, let it warm up, and try to take it for a few spins. You guys would probably think this is common sense, but I guess not to me. So note to self, do not touch the exhaust near where it comes out, because I burnt myself. Because, I mean, I wasn't even trying to touch it, I was trying to take a bolt out and touched it. So note to self, do not touch hot metal. It will burn you. Alright guys, so I have the camera pointed on the right exhaust, which would be, if you're sitting on the lawnmower, would be your left exhaust. But, so I'm going to start this thing up, and we'll see how she runs. And also, real quick, I do have the other exhaust hangered and coated up and all that, and it looks actually good. Now I'm just waiting for those tractor flaps to see if the tractor flaps are gonna work for my idea here. So I'm gonna tractor flap it out the side, but let's get this thing started if it will. Ready. As we can see here, this side's going. This side too. Oh, looks like it fell off, but we'll fix that in a second. Okay, so I got that exhaust hooked back up. So hopefully it should run this time. Let's do a take 2 on this. looks like we keep running into this problem of that one falling off, which I do have a problem for. I do have a solution to that problem. It's called copper, because copper fixes everything, as we can see. So it keeps making a bubbling sound every once in a while. And then this side I actually see nothing's coming out. That's because we don't have anything hooked up to the exhaust, which I'm gonna fix that problem in just a few seconds. Alright, so I got it fixed. I put copper there, going down to a hose clamp that it took to. Now when you rev it, fall off. Actually looking pretty good, honestly. It looks a little funky sitting there, but I got the hook back on, and I do have some light color to it. It's right now. But got the hood on it, it's sitting there, it's running right now. It's actually really loud. It's loud. Something like this. And then I'm going to check this up on it, make it a small opening. If my jiggles are well, I'll post the video. After a few minutes driving this thing around, just because why not, and showing my grandma because she was just wondering what all this ruckus was, it seems to be pushing out enough exhaust to push the tractor flap out. So if the tractor flaps do fit, then we'll ball it from there. I was looking underneath the decks and stuff and making sure it wasn't really touching, but it is touching that belt, but that belt does move even with the deck not on. Should be dissipating or whatever the heat, which my kind of future plan might be taking this deck off. It is a good mowing deck, so I might have to sell it because I'm not gonna just let it sit and rot. Someone might have a use for a 42-inch deck. And then underneath here, looks like a goddamn professional did it. I mean, the way it's bent and all that, and it's not touching anything. Minus how it's hung, but we don't talk about that. But I do like the sound of it, especially when it's revving up high. And then we also have, I don't know if you call that like golding or something, but it's turning brown. It's getting hot, which I believe so. It doesn't seem to be too much of an exhaust leak, so it's in there pretty tight. Which whatever it is an exhaust leak, it's whatever. It's just my little fun project. I'm not making this thing anything big. In the future, I might make it fast. Depends, because underneath the hood, as if you guys seen a previous video, I have 22 horses under here. This thing at an idle is at 1500 RPM, so I can get some speed out of it. And it's supposed to be able to go up to like 3600 RPM to make the 22 horsepower, but I know I say that, but at an idle it's not making 22 horsepower, but enough horsepower just at an idle just to haul that grain cut, because why not? So yeah, that's basically it. The next section is gonna be the tractor flaps, which should come in tomorrow, or if not, which during the time of this upload, it's not gonna be tomorrow for you guys, it's gonna be tomorrow for me. So that's basically be it for this section. All right, so the tractor flaps came in as of just a few hours ago. So I got the first flap done just to see how it would go. I did have to change this up a little bit because I decided not to test out my tractor flap and where it would go. So my original thought was the tractor flap to be more sideways, that way it would flop out. But the only way it closes, because, physics, is like that. This does bounce a little bit, which I will have to make that hanger tight. But other than that, I didn't change up much of anything. I do still yet to do it on the other side. So I'm going to try to copy this as much as possible. and, you know, just test it out. And then once I do the other side, I'll, so I got this side cut. So now I just gotta install the tractor flap. And they do look somewhat the same, kind of, sort of, but the best I can get without, you know, doing too much manufacturing, because believe it or not, that pipe's actually pretty difficult to bend. But I'll come back when I get that tractor flap on. All right, I got that tractor flap on the left side, and then the right side tractor flap put on. Now it's just time to start this bad boy. Got it running. They all go back to the spot. All right, time to go in the field and test this. Out of the garage. Sounds pretty good. Oh yeah. So I had it revved up a little bit, and then I got off of it so we could kind of see it. So, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, and it doesn't sound too bad either. So that's gonna be the end of this video. Please like and subscribe, or don't. It's up to you. But I'll also leave the Amazon. So I bought the exhaust and flaps off of Amazon. I'll leave that in the description below. You guys can go check it out yourself. Actually, I kind of like it. I mean, it's not gonna do any performance upgrades or change the sound of how it is, but you know, I kind of just did it for the love of the game. And also because I just want to make this lawnmower pimped out. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.